years ago when I was in Peru, and I was pastoring a church there that I had planted, and for somehow, a lot of different people from different charismatic churches and stuff started coming, and they would learn new things. They would learn teaching. They would learn the error and all this different thing. It was really beautiful. People getting converted and all sorts of things. But one very sincere man who was very charismatic when he first came to our church, but he loved the Lord. He'd been genuinely converted. All he needed was some good, solid teaching. You know what he said to me one day after a year and a half of sitting under my teaching? He said, "Brother Paul, I bless God that I've learned so much from the pulpit. And I bless God there's so much more solidity in my life. I've learned to rest in the sovereignty of God." He said, "But also something sad." And I said, "What, brother?" He said, "It seems like this kind of faith just writes off everything to the sovereignty of God. But when I was wrong theologically," he said, "if someone told me they were sick, I went and prayed for them. If someone told me they were in financial problem, I'd fight, I'd pray all night, we'd fast, we'd do all kinds of things." And he said, "Brother Paul, we saw victory after victory after victory. Here I've just learned to become passive. Is that what I'm supposed to do?" You talk about a wake-up call. There is a sense, and I want to be very careful here, but there is a sense in which a man of God, and please, again, I'm just saying this because I want to try to get something across to you. And this is, we see this in Scripture. We see this in Luther. We see this in so many men. That men of God are kind of wild. They're kind of crazy. They will wrestle with God. They will. I mean, there are times when it's like, "Lord, you brought me here. You said you would help me in prayer. You said that you'd help me in this sermon. I got up and I fell flat on my face. What was the problem? Lord, I'm not going to stay here. We need to work this out because I've got to preach tomorrow." And if someone would come into my hotel room, they would bring the police. "Lord, you said, go into all the world. We're trying to get in this one place in India, but the door is always closed. Lord, you're the only one that can open it. You know, you're David, you open, they can't close it. You close it, they can't open it. Lord, I'm going to stay here. I can't stand the fact that that door remains closed. It shouldn't be closed because you said the whole world, that's part of the world. You need to..." I guess sometimes we're just too refined, aren't we? He says, "Give me no rest. Give me no peace." Watchmen on the wall. Brothers, there's a tenacity, there's a boldness in praying. I want to be not out of my mind, eccentric, but I don't want to die not having believed the promises and wrestling for them. There's so much more that can be done.